Good morning, guys. Silv. I don't see anything here. It's just a random, I guess, silver stock maybe. This mean, you know, it's been a choppy range for the past 6 months. I see no edge here whatsoever. Netflix. Well, Netflix could be like a longer term play, but this is not something you trade really. It's not a good trading stock anymore. It used to be years ago. What more? Lazy. Again, it's a choppy range. I don't. It needs to tighten up. UNVR, and it's a 2.3 ADR. This thing has been flatlining. I mean, I don't see any edge in any of these stocks at all. You need to be in the fastest moving stocks. These things are a waste of time. Every single one of them. Nope, I got stopped out on DPW. I got stopped out. Right here. I had too tight of a stop, I guess. Wait, where did I get stopped out? Yeah, I had way too... I was thinking... You know, I didn't think it was gonna come back this far. No, where did I get stopped? Was it here? I don't even remember. Whatever, I got stopped out, that's all that matters. And then I was in the kitchen. I didn't hear it. I had an alert set, but I didn't hear when it triggered. I came back, the stock was in the 480s. I'm like, what the fuck? I would have rebought those. I would have rebought those 50,000 shares. Maybe even 100. But nope. Okay, whatever, happens. Not the end of the world. Let's see here. Trading is easy. I got stopped out at 11 a.m. Okay, I have no idea. Something like that, yeah. This QS is... Okay, let's focus on the game plan here. The ARK ETFs, like I'm stalking these, both for long or short setups. Like these things are in the most like bloated names. They are all on all of these expensive text names, software names, and they are good indicators of the overall market. Like these things start getting trouble, that's good. That's a sign for the overall market, also, I think. Spotify. Why would you short Spotify? There's no, I don't see an edge here on the short side. I don't see it. It's just flagging. It just came out of a long base, had a little bit of a move, and now it's flagging. I don't see anything there. I don't see an edge there. Shorting rig, guys. You know, one thing you shouldn't don't short these low-priced small cap stocks. There's no reason to do it, like ever. Like, why would you want to short something like this? The risk reward is so bad on these types of stocks. If you want to short, do ETFs, do like the mid large cap stocks, and also or parabolics, right? Something like, I don't know. I don't remember a recent small cap parabolic, but you know, if it, you know, something that goes parabolic, something like this, it's no, avoid it. You're gonna get run over sooner or later. Short zoom here, I think it's a very bad idea. You should short breakdowns when they break ranges, right? Here it broke a range to the downside. Here it broke a range to the downside. That's where it's short, not when it's already down 5 days in a row. That's not a good risk reward at all. This is not a good. This is a very, very bad short setup. This is if you keep doing setups like these, you're not going to be around for long. It's the same. Shorting is the same principle as going long. Tight ranges, okay? Tight ranges. Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I don't have time right now to answer all the questions. So QS, I'm still watching it long short. I really hope the triggers to the long side, but I feel it's gonna finally start going down, unfortunately. I really wanted more upside in it. I'm gonna get some locates on this thing. I'm thinking Roku could be a short, potentially. Potentially, maybe. I'm just stalking a bunch of stuff. I started shorting some stuff yesterday, as you know. CrowdStrike and TTD. And also TNA. Beam. Yeah, absolute. Too thin for me, but this is, if you have smaller recount, this could be a setup. Absolutely. Opening range lows, all of that stuff. Lower highs, VWAP fails, you know the drill. Damn, that QS borrow is not it's not cheap. 0.26 cents. Oof. Damn, that's expensive. Yep, that is expensive. But on the other hand, I think it does, when it finally pulls back, you know, it is easily 30-40% downside. It's gonna end up like laser eventually. It's holding up right now. But I really wanted more upside in it. I really wanted this thing to go to high hundreds at least. Snap. Oh, yeah, it's gapping up right into the 10-day. I think it's gonna get sold off, but it may be building another base here. Okay, I need to check my portfolio a little bit. FNGU gapping up. Oh, my shippers! I bought a CCL and NCLH yesterday. These are doing really well. Unfortunately, I sold down a third into the close on both of them because they kind of, you know, didn't close as strong as I would have liked to. But Looks like GBTC gapping up. TQQ, yeah. I just see a lot of these growth names that have been on big runs. They're stalling or pulling back, and I don't like that. And there's just a few of these mega caps pushing the indices higher, like Facebook and Amazon yesterday. With a complete lack of setups in growth space. And takes the momentum names. So, you know, I'm gonna be careful. I'm not gonna go crazy on anything. QS, I guess, is gonna be my main watch. I'm gonna get that expensive borrow. And I can't get, I can't get all, oh man, I can't get all the shares I want. Oh. Really? Okay, I have to get those even more expensive shares. Oh my god, 6.62 cents. Yeah, I'm not gonna do those. Oh, now I got some. Okay, great. I finally got some. I hope it doesn't trigger. I really want this thing to go higher. I really want it to have one more leg higher. Get that massive euphoric parabolic on this thing. Get it, you know, it's a 10 bagger. Get it to a 15 bagger or something, 20 bagger. I can't get fills. Oh my god, I can't get fills. It's going straight down. It's going straight down. I'm also reshorting TAN. All these extended sectors, they're pulling back. ICLN. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. If you keep buying stuff like this, it's not a good idea. Like, yeah. Wait for this thing pull back 20-30%. That's where your edge is gonna be. I mean, this QS, man, it's so thin. I have a hard time shorting 30,000 shares of this thing. Unbelievable how thin it is. And I can't get filled. Like, I only have 22,700 shares. It better pull back to 75 now. I need a big pullback in this thing. With this small size I have. The tiny size I have. Well, yeah. I have less than half size, half of what I wanted, a third of what I wanted if the stock was more liquid. Buy puts. Yeah, exactly. There is no free lunch. I don't know how liquid the puts are though. Yeah, everyone and their mom wants to short this QS. It's one of the most, like, you have to understand something. How ridiculous this QS is. Ford has a market cap of 35 billion, okay? QS, which is a no revenue stock, and best case scenario, they're gonna have revenues in the next 5 years, has a market cap of 42 billion. You know, just to get an idea where this stock is going. QS warrants? Well, what are the QS warrants? QS.W? No. WS? Oh, wait, there are warrants? Oh, whoa, dude, these things don't even trade. How do you trade those things? How do you trade something that doesn't trade? Oh, these ARK ETFs are going straight down. Losing the 10-day. Both of them. Yep, we're seeing some of these extended things starting to have hard pullbacks. SPE, okay, so that's gonna be my stop on SPE now. It undercut the 10. If it can't find support here, I'm out. QS, oh, I have so little size. This QS could go to 80 today. Oh, please bounce QS, please, 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 please. I want to short more. So my shorts are going straight down, which is nice. My longs are mostly holding up well, but you know, I'm gonna get rid of those two. There's been so many warning signs, especially like the past 5-6 sessions. Like yesterday, pretty much the only stocks that propped the market up were like some of these mega caps. And you really don't want to see that where only a few stocks are pushing the market. And every other stock is stalling or, you know, starting to fade. Yeah, PLTR, yep. Yeah, actually it's 26 when it broke down late day. That was a very good risk reward short entry. I didn't do it. I missed it, but socks. Oh, I should short this one maybe. Maybe not now. Baidu setup, no, it's not tight. It's loose and wide. You don't want to see something like that. You want something that's tight. Baidu, it needs another 3 to 5 days probably. I think the 20-day needs to catch up. I don't. It's not tight. I think the Futu, this thing had a beautiful undercut to the 50. I think it's gonna keep going higher. I'm out of it. I sold it on this day here, but this thing has some insane growth numbers. Oh, Snapchat is actually, wow, okay. There you go. I didn't think it was gonna keep going higher like that, but okay. It shook me out. Yeah, I got stopped out of CIIC yesterday. Never went. PDD, yeah, some of these channels look nice, but I'm gonna wait for it to tighten up a little bit, that PDD. I hopefully can go sideways a few more days. If it doesn't, that's fine. Amazon? What about Amazon? What's the question on Amazon? You know, guys, just posting tickers is spam. You need to post a question or a comment. Like, what am I supposed to say on Amazon? Appen for a long, yeah, well, it's on my watch list, but yeah, I think, like, I'm trying to be careful here because I'm seeing too many red flags, at least short term. But yeah, I mean, look, otherwise I would think this is a pretty decent setup, but you know, I just, look, we're coming off of, like, as I've said before, like, anytime you have a big run, that's when bad things happen. You know, I'm just recognizing the signs. I'm really, you know, I'm really avoiding, you know, doing anything crazy here. I'm really trying to be careful. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the setup. Beam, yep, opening range lows. Yep, there it is. Opening range lows and straight down since. And this thing could very easily go down to the 20-day. This thing may just be getting started. on the downside if the market helps. Yeah, TNA short is doing really well. Why am I not getting any quotes? My TC2000 just froze. The clock here is also frozen. Oh, you guys is down too? Yep. Oh, come on. Really? 14 minutes after the open? Okay, it's back. What does this mean? Securing, not connected? Now it says I'm not connected, but the clock keeps ticking. I can get symbols. Very weird. I'm just gonna sell that small MSTR from yesterday. It wasn't a good setup. I just thought the momentum would, you know, keep going for a while, but whatever. Wasn't a good entry. It was a really bad entry. Here was the good entry. Don't buy something like this here when the entry is here. You know, learn from the pros. I did it, so you don't have to do it. Learn from my mistakes. SPR. Yeah, it was actually broke out like 4 days ago, but it may have another setup, yeah. Some of these airlines tried to perk up yesterday, but none of them had real breakouts. But they may have. What more are there? DAL Save is another one. Save. AAL. JetBlue, this is a thin one. Yeah, it's very thin. Yeah, I've been reducing my exposure on the long side for the past like 4-5 sessions. And yesterday and today I've increased my exposure to the short side. So I think I'm more long than short than long right now. Or maybe it's 50-50, I don't know. I'm just trying to, you know, be careful. I may be wrong, but hey, I'd rather be wrong on being too careful than getting killed and giving back a month of profits. I've done it too many times. I refuse to be a victim of the market. I'd rather be proactive than a victim of the markets. There's too many victims of the markets, and then you see these people everywhere, like Reddit, like Wall Street Bets, Twitter. People are blaming all of these other things Well, in reality, what was wrong was their own risk management, their lack of process. HVBTF. HVBTF. I did some work on it. No, I didn't. Not this one. Never mind. Yeah, it looks good. Actually, it's a really... Oh, wow. This is a really good-looking high-tide flag. Very thin. Very, very thin stock. But this is... ideally, it goes sideways a bit more. CrowdStrike has the 10-day magnet, maybe even the 20-day magnet, and maybe even the 50-day magnet. And also remember, guys, it's a good thing, these extended stocks pulling back. Hopefully they can find support on one of these major moving averages, like that 20 and the 50-day. In the case of this CrowdStrike, 20-day would be a nice level, for example. You know, if we can pull back, go sideways for a few weeks or months, that's a good thing. We get new bases to play next year. That's where you make your money, buying off of solid bases coming out of a long consolidation or a pullback. Not when these things are already, this is, you know, buying something that looks like this, it's not a great idea. Buying something that looks like this is a very good idea. Buying something that looks like this is not a good idea. Buying something that looks like this or this is a very good idea. Buying something that looks like this is not a good idea. So buying something like this looks like a very good idea. Just like I did when I bought Square right here when it came out of this flag. That's where your edge is. That's where your edge is. Let the crazies buy these things here. Don't play the crazy game. They're all gonna go bankrupt. Buy off of solid setups, solid bases. Don't be a victim. Be proactive. Learn what works and what doesn't work. Don't be a victim. It's a choice. Okay, it's a choice. It's not something that is predetermined by birth, it's a choice you make. CLSK, what's that? Coinstock? Yeah, because the cryptos are pulling back all of them. Twitter? Yeah, Twitter is actually showing some relative strength. Now if the market if the market pulls back and this thing can go sideways a bit, it may be a long setup in January. Fubo bit dipped by today? Probably not. Well, if you have a certain sector that's going straight up, everything is going straight up, even 2-3 star setups can work in that sector, especially when the overall market is also very hot. But try to stick to the 4 and 5 star setups. But yeah, I did some lower quality setups in some of these like SPACs, for example. Sometimes they can work in a very hot market. BLDP, a 2-3 star setup. BLDP down here, I would say it was a 4-star setup. And down here also where I bought it, this was maybe 3-star setup. Here it was a 4-star setup, and I bought both of them. Plug pulling back. Yeah, I mean this fuel cell. I'm gonna wait for the 10-day, but it's probably, yeah, it's pulling back. I only have a third of my size left. And this again, this is where you buy it, right? This is where people, like most people, find these stocks and get excited about it and want to buy in. But this is where you have to buy. 820, that was the entry. 820, 300,000 shares at 820. That was the entry. No, 814, sorry. This is where you buy it, just when it's coming out of a range, not up here. Pinterest could be a short setup. Sure, it could be. Not today, but yeah. So now it's kind of backside, right? It was surfing the 20. Look at how long this thing surfed the 20-day moving average. Look at for how long, since like May, it's been surfing the 20-day. And now it's below the 20-day, rallying back, but into the 20-day. If it fails here, it could very easily be a short setup. It could very easily pull back to the 100 or 150-day moving average. Like all of these stocks that are like pretty much straight up for like, you know, past 6 months or so, they're all on watch for potential, you know, rug pulls, 20-30%. Skills keeps coming back, but you know, that's only one of very few setups. Yeah, QS, I'm sitting in it in third size. I love it. I don't want to look at it. QS, I'm not going to cover a single share unless it gets to sub 80. I'm not going to cover a single share above the 20-day moving average. Not a single share. NOG. Yeah, it looks like a good setup. Oil names are one of the strongest sectors right now. They're kind of flagging, many of them. It's a good setup. It is. It's a really nice looking setup. SC. Yeah. For now. MRO. Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a good setup. It really is. This is really a good setup. I like it. Again. Oh, and it's not that thin. It's possible to do 300,000-400,000 shares with this thing. You know what? I'm gonna set an alert on it. Not bad, guys. Not bad. I love it when you guys give good setups. Very good. Good job. Now these ARK ETFs are straight down. Man, these things are gonna go straight for the 50. Devon. Wow. Yep. Devon too. I think they're all gonna fail because I think the market is getting soft. But yeah, it's a good setup. It really is. Keep it coming, man. I like these. Why are these not on my scans? Because they're too thin, right? Yeah, they're too thin. Sabre. Yeah, Sabre had a really good setup yesterday. It's still intact. If you bought it yesterday, you know, it's pulling back, but it may be building another higher low. So there's no reason to sell it just because it's, you know, having some downticks. It had a really good setup. Yeah, what's TNA doing? Yeah, this is it, guys. This is what I've been warning for since last week. This is exactly what I've been warning for. I need to find that tweet. I think it was last Monday or Tuesday. And now what are all these stocks only go up Macho Boys gonna do? What's their exit? What's their plan? I think if Fastly takes out yesterday's lows, I'm just gonna get rid of the options. Because it's now below the 20-day, and you know, if it goes lower, there's no reason to hold it. It's kind of breaking the uptrend. I have no desire to be in a stock that's not in an uptrend. Oh boy, man. I guess yesterday was the entry when I started this ARKK and ARKG. ARKG had a perfect pivot late day. Oh, just like Palantir. Oh man, I should have gone short 50,000 shares. Why didn't I? Why didn't I? Because I was tired and unfocused, that's why. And now, going straight down. You can, yeah, David, it's your fault. It's David's fault. Soxol also, okay, it's also trying to, losing the 20. It's still building a higher low, but I think I'll short this one too. We're starting to get some, things are starting to get interesting. Very, very interesting. I did 10,000 shares of this Soxol also. Like, this thing could very easily pull back to the 50-day, maybe even the 100. I'm gonna use a pretty tight stop for it. Like, either it goes or it doesn't. I don't need to rocket science this. Pinterest phase. Oh yeah, okay, very interesting. So now I'm definitely more short than long, and Fastly I'm probably gonna get rid of those options. It was a nice ride being an options pro, but for now I'm getting rid of my last options here. I love being an options pro. What do you mean, guys? What do you mean, LOL? What's that supposed to mean? Roku short. Here, maybe, yeah, maybe with a tight stop could work. Calls, Fastly calls. I usually don't do options, but I became an options pro like a couple of weeks ago. So I did some options. Oh, Soxol building another higher low. So far it's very strong. Looks like some of these things are starting to bounce. 10 on the 10-day. We'll see. I may be completely wrong. Maybe this is you know, this is where the market goes straight up from, but we'll see. Short trading school. Every day is a short trading school. Every day is a trading school, guys. Every day. I go through setups every day. Longs, shorts, trading concepts. Every day I go through stuff. Every day is a swing trading school. Trading school. Yep. Blink. Yep. Yesterday was the day. I was hoping for it to go like up one more day, but nope. Oh, PACB. All of these extended stocks, they're all getting killed now. Yep, QS, next target 80. I'm not even gonna bother with covering anything above 80. Covering above 80 is for losers. Yeah, these ARK ETFs, they're gonna get shelled. Oh my god. All the hottest stocks are in these things. Maybe I'll wait. ARK, KG. I'm gonna keep them on my. Oh, if we get a good bounce. What the hell is going on in my IB account? Oh, DM. Okay. Okay, I got stopped out of my DM apparently. Of course, because it's a QS sympathy, so that makes sense. SPE. Yeah, SPE is also like EV star. Okay. Where am I holding SPE? Oh, SPE is here. Okay. Whatever. I'll just sell it. They're just, you know, it's just gonna, whatever. I'm not even gonna wait to get stopped out. All these SPACs are going lower right now. I'm just getting rid of it. I don't care. I just want to be careful here. ARKG buy. Okay. Good luck. Accepting your losses is the first step to profitable trading. Most people never get there to that point. You need an exit strategy. Because, you know, you have to understand something. Like, when a major index looks like this, the risk reward is just not great. It's great when it pulls back to one of these. This is the weekly chart of the Nasdaq 100. The risk reward is good when it's coming out of a long tight range, like, you know, we've had several over the past 5-8 years. Many of these like tight ranges and these pullbacks to these major moving averages. That's where the risk reward is good, but not when it's already, you know, straight up for 7-8 months. That's not a good risk reward. And this is unfortunately where unexperienced people get the most excited. It's hindsight bias. They think just because something has been going up, it's gonna be going up forever. That's not how it works. Okay, now Soxol is selling off again. RDFN, I think the goods entry may, I don't know. I don't see an like, again, with shorts too, you know, you have to short them when they're taking out the solid range. Just when they start breaking down, you know, it's the same thing. Don't chase longs, don't chase shorts. I don't see anything on RDFN. It could work, but you know, a better entry would have been when it broke down, right? Here was the breakdown. Right now, you know, it could work. I'm not saying it won't, but like if the market pulls back, it's probably gonna go back to 60 or something. But you know, try to get better entries. Try to get better entries. David can't trade. Hey, David can't trade. I'm gonna promote you the moderator. David can't trade. Oh my god, that's the best handle ever. Hey David, hey David, you have a troll. Oh man, David himself. Oh. Your dad has a month of experience. Well, I mean, I don't know. Let him blow up. I mean, unless he's like playing around with his like life savings, like you know, let him blow up. That's how he'll learn. Telling people what to do is, you know, it's really not. It usually doesn't get results. You kind of need to experience the pain of doing the wrong thing, and then they can you know, start listening. But in case he's like playing around with his retirement money, that's probably not a, you know, that's not a good thing. Look, I'm not calling for a, you know, big bad, you know, crash here. I'm just saying risk reward to the long side is really bad, because all of the stocks that broke out the past 2 months, they're extended and they're pulling back. They're very vulnerable to pullbacks, and as swing traders we want to avoid that. You know, what's the point of holding a stock unless you're an investor or a position trader? You don't want to hold through big pullbacks. You don't. If you're an investor, that's fine. Then you should welcome a pullback, because then you can buy more, you know, if it's a, you know, company you really like. But as traders, we don't want to be in something like I don't know, Riot, right? I'm long since here. I'm long since the 4s, no, 3s. My initial entry was in the 3s. Like, I don't want to ride it back to $8, right? I'm gonna get stopped out in the 12s if it stops me out. I don't want to ride it back to 8. There's no point. Or 3. I don't want to do that. There's no point. You need to have some type of exit rules, because no stock keeps going up forever. Okay. If the market goes down 10%, everything is gonna go down. Nothing is gonna hold up, pretty much. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, this is the time to see what's holding up. This is where you get now Appen. Look at what's happening on Appen now. This is what happens, you know, when you buy breakouts when the conditions are not favorable. You get failed breakouts, and you know, in a choppy market, you know, you start, you know, keep buying breakouts, you're gonna get killed. Death by 1,000 cuts. All right, let's see. Are there any more long exposure I can get rid of? Maybe Tesla. We'll see. I'm gonna wait with Tesla for now. CCL and RCL, NCLH. Sorry, I'm gonna get rid of these. They're not gonna go higher if everything is pulling back. All right, let's see. What more do we have I can get rid of? Maybe Riot, Mara, GBTC, and I'm gonna keep them. 8BXT is probably gonna stop me at anyways. All the specs, they are kind of. I'm trying to outsmart the 10-day, but you know, sometimes I just want to be proactive, whatever. It's like when I was proactive with the SPWR, and I sold it just because EMPH stopped me out, and then the stock went straight up for another 70%, 75%. That happens sometimes when you try to outsmart the 10-day moving average, or the 20-day. Whatever, I'm getting rid of this INA Q2. These things are just... I don't want to clean up my portfolio here. I think, you know, the market indices are very vulnerable. TAN could very easily pull back at least to the 20. TNA, you know, it's a lot of more downside. It's all about protecting the downside. And again, it's a choice. It's a choice. You either are proactive or you're gonna be a victim. And I choose to not be a victim of the markets. It's a choice I'm actively making. And sometimes BNGO, what's this TCC? Yes, I'm in cash. I'm short and mostly in cash. Well, right now I actually have some decent short exposure. But yeah, until you find an edge, until your edge presents yourself, you need to hold cash. It's not the action that determines success in the markets, it's the inaction. Successful trading is about waiting, not by trade. It's not about trading. It's about waiting for those opportunities, waiting for that edge. That's what successful trading is about. Not buying everything that's going up, not having any exit strategy, and then bragging about your profits because you were lucky to buy in a strong market. That's not successful trading. You lost half your profits? Exactly, I was just about to say that. At least you didn't lose all. The two buddies, Chris and Puru. Can you link it? Puru Saxena and Chris who? That Puru Saxena, like, he's just a momentum trader. He rationalizes his trading. He tries to, like, I don't know if he realizes himself, he's just a momentum trader. DPW, if I would deal with it, follow sell rules. That's it. Easy peasy. You know the sell rules. I mean, like, I really made the sell rules so simple. Like, I mean, they're just so simple, guys. Like, really, there's like 3 steps in the sell rules, okay? 3 steps. And my answer is gonna be the same every single time. Like, I don't follow those sell rules myself because I have a lot of other stuff going on. But that's just super simple. They're almost idiot proof. They're super simple. Yeah, the Puru Saxena guy. He posted his P&L. Like he underperformed the market for 2-3 years, and now this market, this year he obviously outperformed the market, and everyone thinks he's some kind of a genius. But he's just pretty much a simple momentum trend follower. Okay, let's see. Archie, these ARK ETFs are bouncing a bit. QS, I'm riding a third size. Yay! I wanted 60,000 shares. I have 22. Yay! It's not fair calling him a momentum trader, but that's what he does. He buys what's going up and sells what's going down. That's literally what he does. He's literally a momentum trader. Like literally. He doesn't sell, he sells all the time. All the time. He trades. No, he doesn't invest. Nope. He trades. He has a very high portfolio turnover. And anytime something is going down or underperforming, he sells and buys something new. Well, if you've been following him for the past 6 months, he's sold probably 10, 15 stocks. You didn't know? What, have you been following him for 2 days? He sells things all the time. 6 months? Well, then you know. He's been selling a lot of stocks. Yep, all the time. Which, back to my point, he's a momentum trader. He momentum trades the growth stocks. Like he's like just by the, I mean, like I'm just looking through his feed, like just in the past month he's been buying like, let's see, he's been going long at least like 5 stocks just in the past month. Like from what I understood, like did he get long Ozon yesterday? Or was he long it already? Like he also buys a lot of these recent IPOs. And to finance that he sells something else. He's been in a lot of these recent IPOs. Airbnb, I think Palantir, Palantir and Snow he's in. And he gets that money because he frees up his portfolio by selling something else. Just look at his feed. He's trading all the time. Like I used to follow him. I followed him for like 6 months. And he's doing the same thing. So he's by per definition a trader. That's what it is. Yes. I think we need a good, decent pullback, or a decent sideways consolidation in the major indices, because right now all the interesting stocks, they're just straight up. There's no good setups. The good setups, you get them when a stock is coming off a pullback or consolidation, when the price is close to the 20. To the 10 and 20, and also maybe sometimes the 50. That's where the good longs are. That's where you get the good setups. Not when everything has been going straight up for multiple months. That's not a good risk reward. That's not a good risk reward. Yeah, there is a lot of, well, yeah, well, at least yesterday there were some. Today there were some too, but there may be more coming, like stuff like Pinterest, maybe Roku. I mean, yeah, I mean there may be more coming. But TTD yesterday, I'm sitting in half size. That was just such a textbook. When you get these stocks that are straight up, they're surfing the 10 and 20, and then they lose these moving averages. Look at how tight it was. It's just like a reverse breakout, right? It's the same principle. Tight, 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 and then boom. And CrowdStrike also, when it lost the 20 EMA on the 60-minute. Tight, 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 and then it kind of broke the trend, and right now it's on a 10-day, and we'll see. Can they bounce or can't they bounce? Like a lot of these things, you know, they are on some moving averages, like the 10 and 20. And, you know, if they can't bounce, that's trouble. If they can bounce, well, that's, you know, that shows there's still strength in the markets. FDCH also, yeah. It's a straight up double, and I don't like FDCH as much, but yeah, absolutely could be. TTD is not a mega cap, it's a large cap. PDD, is it going? Yeah. LSPD. LS, oh, Lightspeed, yeah. Yeah, again, one of these stocks, you know. Where do you buy something like this? You buy something like this here. This was a good setup. Came out of a 3-month base of a nice flag, tight flag. This is, you buy something like this. And now, you know, straight up. And again, look at where it triggered. Mid-November, early mid-November. That's when all of these things started their runs. Tesla, DQ, TTD, CrowdStrike, BLDP, all of these, Riot, Fuel Cell. Well, Fuel Cell I wasn't long, but down here, but you know, all of these things I was long, and also QS. UAVS. Right now there's nothing here. Needs to go sideways a bit more. And which stocks are going up? Netflix, Apple. Well, Apple is actually red on the day. Google is also red on the day. Amazon, what's this one doing? Oh yeah, it broke out yesterday, it keeps going out. These are like the stocks. These are the leading stocks right now. And not really the kind of stocks I am interested in trading, because they're very, very slow. Very, very, very slow. Don't tell me I got shaken out of the cruise lines. Whatever. I wanted to clean up my portfolio anyways. I had like 20 stocks coming into the day. Now I have 15. QS is right on the 10-day. Fuel Cell. Let's see if this Fuel Cell can bounce off the 10-day. Riot Amara holding up fairly well. TNA. Maybe I should cover some TNA here. Actually, I'm gonna cover some TNA. Tiny bit. Just locking in some. Whoa. Oh shit. covered a few to 25. Tan also I'm gonna lock into a tiny bit into weakness. Like these things may not go straight down, and they may not even go down at all. So I'm just, you know, covering some into weakness. We'll see. Do I have what? RMG? Yeah, but so it's all, you know, yeah. So it doesn't matter. It's starting to trade that the merger is tomorrow. The move is, you know, it's already up. You know, it's already made the move. Right now, it's just pulling back from a parabolic. You need to wait for a new setup. Would I have shorted RMG yesterday? Yeah, it was too thin though, so I passed on it. But yeah, yesterday was a good setup. When it broke down below here, like 35s, and started breaking down on the 60-minute, that was the setup. Up 5 days in a row, yeah, it was a parabolic, classic parabolic setup. Yeah, mRNA, absolutely. Perfect short setup. Beely, yeah, it's holding up for now. It's holding up. It's still higher than where I sold it. What's Celsius doing? Is it higher than where I sold it? Not much, but yeah, it is higher. But so thin, man. What was the other one? GRWG I sold also. This is pretty much where I sold it. It's still maybe a little bit higher, but yeah. They were such small positions, I didn't really care about them. So now, even if I'm wrong and all of these things I shorted go straight up and stop me out, at least, you know, now I've trimmed down my portfolio. And if the market keeps going higher, there's going to be new setups. There's going to be a lot of new setups. Right now, they're not here. And then we can buy some new blood. And remember, the stocks that they did well over the past couple of months bull run may not be the stocks that are going to do well in January or February or March. Let the market tell you. Let the market tell you. And that has to be the basis of what you do next. People are imposing their own opinions and beliefs onto the market, and it's just not a good strategy. Everything you do has to be based on what the market is telling you. Not the other way around, because the market doesn't give a shit who you are. It doesn't even know you exist. The market does what it wants to do. Your job is to listen. That's your job. What's the longest time you went out without a trade? 1 day. I've had days I haven't traded, but I don't think I've ever had 2 days in a row where I didn't trade. No, but I'm an addict. That's the thing. I'm an addict. CVE, I don't know. I don't see anything here. Tupperware is still holding above the 50-day. What a beast. Do I overtrade? Yes, definitely. I trade too much. I do. I wish I didn't trade this much, but I do. Whatever. At least I recognize it, and yeah. So some of these things are bouncing. TAN on the 10, CrowdStrike on the 10, TTD above the 50. Soxol is actually still, you know, building higher lows, so it's actually in a bull flag as far as I'm concerned. It's still in a bull flag. We'll see. Peloton finally pulled back also. Do I think my performance would be better or worse? I think my performance would be the same, but the difference would be you know, fewer trades. That's the only difference. I think my performance would be the same. Someone asked about Alibaba. I don't see anything here. This is, you know, you need to review the YouTube video, guys. I'm getting, people are asking opinions about their favorite stocks. Like, you know, if you like a stock, invest in it, right? But if you want to trade, if you want to have like triple-digit returns any given year, you know, you need to learn setups. And a good start would be to follow the instructions on the screen. That's it. Yeah, setups, not stocks. You're in Vietnam? Okay, good night. Thanks for joining. Hope you liked it. If we shorted Beam, would we sell it now? No, if you shorted Beam, you would have sold it opening range lows. You mean cover now? No. I would use break even. If you shorted opening range lows, you know, use a break even stop. It bounced off the 20 EMA on the 60 minute, but yeah, it's kind of strong right now, but it could, you know, we'll see. You're in Japan? Wow. When to cover? Yeah, my targets are usually 10 and 20 EMA. That's usually when they pull back to. Those are the magic lines on momentum stocks. Yeah, so right now we're bouncing, and you know, now is the key. You know, is the bounce gonna hold or is it gonna fail? That's the key, guys. Okay. So again, you have to listen. You have to listen. You have to pay attention. Okay. You know, look at what's showing relative strength. Look at what's showing a relative weakness. Look at the, which things are not going down while the market is going down, and what things are not bouncing while the market is bouncing. This is why you gotta pay attention all the time. Get rid of your opinions because they're shit anyways, right? And they're meaningless. The market doesn't care about your beliefs, your opinions. Your job is to listen. NNDM, I don't see a setup here. Maybe in a few weeks. NIO. Yeah, it's bouncing right off the 50 right now. Yep. NIO is definitely stronger than these XBEV and LI, these NIO sympathies. NIO, look, this is the type of stock. Like if it bounces here, goes sideways a few days, it could be a 5-star long setup. It's all about trying to be flexible in your thinking. And always, play defense first. Don't fall for the trap that stocks always go up, or that just because the interest rates are at lows and the Fed is putting a lot of stimulus in the systems, markets can't go down. There's no rule that says that. There's nothing that says the markets can't go down. You have to play defense. And right now, since like last week, I just haven't liked the risk reward on the long side. But that can change. Like, that could change in a few days. And that's the key as a trader. You gotta be flexible. You can't get stuck in a way of thinking. Yin. Okay. Yeah, the China stocks are strong today. They are. Baba, well, Baba looks like shit. I really don't see anything here. But JD, well, yeah, it's a Shopee one. SC, it's not a China stock, but it's Southeast Asia stock. I don't see a setup here. PDD is strong, but again, where's the setup? Like it's loose and wide, loose and wide. Well, that's I don't see a setup in something loose and wide. I don't see any edge. HH, HL, LL, what are that? Oh, higher lows, lower highs. Yeah. That's what it means. Chris, yeah. If the 20-day catches up, could be a good setup here. It's kind of high tide flagging. It's holding up really well. EM, yeah, EMs are finally starting to outperform. The US has been outperforming most markets for the past 10 years, like by a wide margin. I think this next 5-10 years, I think emerging markets and the rest of the world is gonna outperform the US. These things go in cycles. Like the 2003 to 2007 bull market, emerging markets were the outperformers, like China, South America, all of these markets, and the US were lagging. And now this bull market, the US has been the outperformer. Man, this thing has a 0.8 ADR. I would like to trade it, but 0. Is there an like a levered version of emerging markets ETF? Emerging markets EDC maybe? Oh, and this is obviously untradeable because it's so thin. And it's a triple ETF and it's 2.3 ADR. Laser, what's Laser doing? It's bouncing off the 20-day. That's what it's doing. EEV and EET. Oh, it's traded one. Wait, dude, ADR 1.4. Traded 1.1 thousand shares today. These things are not tradable. BRCU. This is a Brazil triple ETF. Oh wow, it looks. Man, this, I gotta say these. EM stocks don't look bad. Wait, how? Oh, BRCU is. Oh, it's untradeable for me. EWC is a lower ADR, but I do like this flag. What's Turkey doing? Oh, Turkey's straight up untradeable though. Some of these South American banks, wait, what? There are some more. I can't remember the ticker. PAM, is this a? No, this is a Argentinian utility name. BBD BFR doesn't exist anymore. Is it BF? No, BR? No. This one is a potential setup. So I'm seeing some potential. Like, yeah, emerging markets are doing well. Like, some of them are just breaking out of flags. And look at EEM. This thing is actually, like a month ago, it broke out of a, like, what, 13-year base? A 13-year base. Think about it. This is a 13-year base it broke out of. With higher lows. This is like a mega flag. It's insane. Like, I really think these emerging markets are going to outperform the US over the next 3 to 5 years. Because the US markets, they look like this. Look at the Nasdaq, right? I mean, it's straight up. This is not a good risk reward at all. When you're so extended, like, look at where Nasdaq finds support. On the 20 and the 50 monthly moving averages. That's where the good risk reward is. And now, you know, we're straight up. This is not a, we are, Nasdaq is 64% above the 50 monthly moving average. That's not a good risk reward. And then you look at something like EEM, that's just coming out of a 13-year base with higher lows. You know, I think the risk reward is better here. Like, short term, anything could happen, but I'm thinking you know, next 3 to 5 years. I may be wrong, but, you know. Again, these things go in cycles. I'm wrong. Thanks, David. Thanks. I needed someone to ground me. I get too cocky, and David is here to talk some sense. China. What's KWeb doing? KWeb. All these ETFs are so thin. You know what? I'm gonna go nerd mode, and I'm gonna look at all the X. How do you spell exchange? Oh no, sorry. I have to go here. Here. Okay. I'm gonna sort by volume. So SPYs are obviously the most liquid. QQQs. Russell is liquid. The ARK ETFs are liquid. EM ETF is also very liquid, but very low ADR. EAFE, what's that? EAFE. What's that? What does it mean? East Africa Federal Express? What does EAFE mean? KSA ETF. What is it? Saudi Arabia? Again, it's very slow. GLD. I am getting, if you look at GLD on the weekly, it actually looks really, really good. It's flagging nicely on the weekly. I'm gonna set an alert for, I'm not gonna trade this ETF, I'm gonna trade one of the levered ETFs, Chainug and Nugget. But just like silver broke out like a couple of weeks ago, I think gold may do the same. And if it happens, I want to be in these levered ETFs. These are like the gold miner ETFs, but so they're not the ETFs of gold itself. But VOO. IEMG. There's actually not that many liquid ETFs. There's like 24, almost 2,500 ETFs in TC2000, but there's maybe only what 20, 30 that are liquid. That's not a lot. Very few liquid ETFs out there. Look at how many ETFs barely trade. Look at how many ETFs trade no shares at all. Or almost no shares at all. There's so many liquid ETFs out there. Hundreds of ETFs that don't even trade. I'm really digging. Yeah, that's a good observation. I am. That's the correct observation. I am really digging, trying to find trades. And I am gonna trade this EWC because it's bouncing perfectly off this 20-day. And today it's breaking. Like, look at the risk on this thing. It's a slow ETF. I'm gonna do it. I'll do like, I don't know, 100,000 shares, 150K. I don't know. And the risk is gonna be what? 30 cents? 40? And if it goes, why can't it go to like 45 or something? I don't know. Yeah, but PRCU is untradeable. It's too illiquid. I would love to. I've traded PRCU a lot over the years, but my accounts have outgrown that ETF. A 1,000 calls. That's a good idea. I'm gonna do options on EWC. 1,000 contracts. I'm gonna do 2,000 contracts. So which? Hey guys, I know I'm an options pro. I just want a second opinion. Which strikes should I buy? I'm willing to risk 100K on this trade. Okay. And I'm gonna use like this. Maybe a bit wider stop. Hey David, which one should I buy? Which strike? You can end the stream now. Hey, don't all leave at the same time. Close the door behind you. Vale, it's a miner, but yeah, it's a good setup. I think is it a Brazilian name, right? Brazilian like steel company or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like a good setup. CLF is another one. It's a U.S. steel, United States steel company. There's a lot of commodity stocks that are strong. FCX is another one. A lot of them. Tech, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, yep. There's a lot of them. This AEA looks good. I tried to break down. It's putting in a wick here. You know, this thing looks solid. Can I trade it? Can I? Yeah, this is actually one I even may be able to trade. Hopefully it goes sideways a few more days. This is where the strength, relative strength is right now. This not ETFs, like emerging markets and commodities. EWC 40 calls January 20. Wait, January ones. But I want to be in the trade for several months, at least 2-3 months. DFEN ETF. No, I don't like it. It's too thin, but the setup is decent. March 38 calls. January 22 40 calls. About 15 people left after I started talking about options. Bunch of losers. Oh, this is why laser is going up. They had some Tesla rumors, I guess. But how interesting! It also happened to bounce off this magic 20-day line at the same time. What a coincidence! Okay. Oh, APXD. Don't tell me I sold some of these things at the lows. I did. Cruise lines I sold at the lows, idiot. Whatever. I tried to outsmart the 10-day. I failed again. VLRS. Yeah. Another South American name, right? Lyft. Lyft doesn't have a... yeah, the 20-day needs to catch up. Dun, 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 dun. This is the last day of tax loss selling, okay. The June calls. Anything less than, yeah, so maybe January 22 calls. You kind of upset the market is still going. Yeah, there's a few mega caps pushing the market higher. But the underbelly is not really tight, you know. Most of the underbelly is either very extended or very sloppy. That's what makes me cautious. Don't get enamored with the indices themselves. Like I'm long FNGU and TQQ, so you know the higher they go, the better. But the underbelly again is it's a bit soft. We need to see more, you know, setups and more sideways, bases. We need to see more bases. But you know, something like Pinterest. Like, you know, if it can go sideways, build higher lows, go sideways a few more days, it's gonna be a great long setup. The 50-day will catch up. So I'm watching it for both a long and a short. Same thing with there was another one. I don't even remember which one. But you know, there's right now it's better to be maybe a bit cautious. Nah, you don't, you know, you really don't ever need to use an intraday chart. You really don't. You can trade very successfully just off the daily. But I do like the 60-minute chart. I do like that one. But you know, 5 and especially 1-minute charts, you know, yeah, you know, you can. I only use them like near the open, for the opening range lows and opening range highs. That's the only time I use the 1 and 5 minute. After the first, you know, 10-15 minutes out of the gate, there's no need to use those time frames ever. Like Tesla is something that's relentlessly building higher lows. Skills. I have some option skills. Yeah, it's setting up. BNTX, undercut of the 100, and now it's bouncing, okay. $65-minute candles, yeah. It doesn't matter. 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 65, it doesn't matter. The key is that you don't have that many candles. And you can see like, a little bit longer back on an intraday time frame. It doesn't matter if it's a 30 or 60, 65, 49, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. The key is that, it's like a little bit longer term intraday candles. That's the key. Like I was using, until like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was using this 30-minute candles for a couple of years. And before the 30-minute candles, I was never looking at anything else than the 5-minute and 1 minute. So my time frames are constantly getting longer and longer. Let's see, what are these ARK ETFs doing? Okay. Hopefully it can bounce a bit more. Exactly, the 1 and 5 minutes, there's too much noise, too much. It's gonna mess with your head. The less noise, the less signal you get, the better. Yeah, I am already using weekly charts. I am. I look at the weekly chart all the time. Not all the time, but on these large cap stocks, I'm looking at the weekly all the time. ARK sheet back to the 50? Yeah, absolutely. They could very easily get there. Like, look at these things. It's straight up, straight up. Okay, now things are really slow. Again, pay attention. What are these things doing? What's weak? What's strong? What's showing relative weakness? Like right now, the indices are bouncing. Which stocks are not bouncing? Right? Look at which things are not bouncing. These ARKG ETFs are bouncing, but TNA is not bouncing. So small caps are showing relative weakness. And obviously Nasdaq and SPYs, and Nasdaq especially is the leading index right now, because again, like I said, especially Nasdaq 100, because there's a few of these mega caps that are going higher, and that's what's propping these things up. But the underbelly isn't that strong. Tesla, they spotted a Tesla having some laser equipment on the roof. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what the rumor is. IMMR, yeah, IMMR broke out yesterday. Yep. MIK. I guess it's an okay setup, but it's just a marginal setup, a marginal stock. I don't know. It's just too random. I don't know. It could work. Again, I'm waiting for a when the picture is getting clearer. All right, guys, I'm getting bored. I'm gonna do something productive. So I'm gonna cut the stream now. Thanks for joining, and thanks to the moderators, and thanks for everyone following instructions. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Good luck.